What's good? RFG's here today, and I'm gonna be breaking down this whole movie that came out in 1982, okay, known as Poltergeist. Now, poltergeist is a very interesting word to look at. Okay, this movie came out in 1982. It was about a family that moved into a house, but they didn't know and understand that the house that they were living on was on a big burial ground where a lot of people were buried on that land, and that's what their house was on top of. Okay, this movie was made by Steven Spielberg. Okay, I believe it was still Steven Spielberg. This is what poltergeist means: a ghost or other supernatural being supposedly responsible for physical disturbances such as loud noises and objects thrown around. Okay, so case in point, poltergeist is just another word for purgatory. Okay, when our electromagnetic energy, which is our soul, doesn't reach a particular portal to go to a different universe, a different dimension, the electromagnetic energy, which is our soul, stays in this third dimensional realm. Okay, so we will still be able to touch, our energy will still be able to touch objects in this third dimension. Okay, because we haven't fully crossed over and reached that portal to get out of this universe, which is the third dimension. Okay, this is just another form of purgatory, plain and simple. There was also a movie called Ghost, which described a situation where a man was sent into purgatory and wasn't able to reach a particular portal, okay, which would have crossed him over to the spiritual realm. So he was able to touch things physically, not with his physical body, just with his energy, just with his electromagnetic energy. Okay, so this poltergeist movie was made in 1982. Okay, none other than Steven Spielberg. Spielberg, another Zionist Jew who took the information that our ancestors had passed down, through generations, okay, pertaining to spiritual knowledge of this third dimension, and came together with other people and made his own movie out of it. Okay, the Poltergeist. Okay, and another thing I want to show people is that in the movie Poltergeist, what caused the spirits to latch on to the subjects, okay, to latch on to the living people, was the living people's fear. It was the fear. Okay, remember what I told everybody about archons and spiritual demons, spiritual parasites. They latch on to the third dimensional beings through their fear. Okay, they latch on to physical bodies that have a lot of fear in them. Okay, right here it says it knows what scares you. It knows what scares you, because in this movie it had to figure out what each individual was scared of. So when it showed them that false image in their dream of what scares them, okay, it had their aura field completely weakened. And I'm about to show you what the electromagnetic spectrum is, okay, compared to love and then compared to fear. When a demon spirit gets you able to have fear in your heart, okay, and entices you with a lot of fear, that leaves pieces of your body open. Okay, that weakens your aura field. The fear weakens your aura field, plain and simple. Okay, a body with love and confidence, okay, there's no area to attack the body. There's no area to attack the body at. You see what I'm saying? Much bigger, easier area when your aura field is blocked off by the fear. Okay? Very, very, very mind-blowing information. Okay, as we all know, souls are electromagnetic energy. Okay? So this electromagnetic energy was able to communicate to the children in this movie, okay, through the TV. They were using the TV as a form of communication and the gateway. Okay? That's why they say when you are changing the channels on your TV system, you're actually channeling in different energy sources, okay, which can tap into demonic forces and other spirits. Okay, channeling in demons. If you've ever watched a seance, witches or warlocks or sorcerers perform a seance, they call it channeling in demons. So when they get together in that circle and they have those objects in their hands that conduct electromagnetic energy, they can pull those spirits in or push certain spirits out of that area. Okay, your TV is no different, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm about to prove that. Okay? In this movie, the TV was what was the object that was used to communicate with the spirits and to pull the spirits in and out of this dimension. Okay? The old-fashioned TVs basically produced radio waves. Okay? Radio waves, it is also used for broadcasting, television transmission. The antenna on your television set receive the signal in the form of electromagnetic waves. Okay? That is broadcasted from one television station. From the television station. So these electromagnetic waves are basically a life source and a fuel source for certain spirits in your area, whether you're in whether you're in some form of an office, whether you're in a home, a house, no matter what kind of facility you're in, these electromagnetic waves can easily be used as a fuel source for other spirits or demonic entities to tap into. Okay, and this is what happened in that Poltergeist movie. It fed the demon spirits, okay, and the unrested spirits fed off of the children's fear. Okay, just how Freddy Krueger did. Remember the video I did on Freddy Krueger the Archon? Freddy Krueger was powerless. Okay, I'm about to show this again. Freddy Krueger was completely powerless for against the people who had no fear in their hearts, because their aura field was just too strong. It was too strong. Okay, he had to entice people with the fear so their aura field got weakened and he can physically harm them in the dream realm in the fourth dimension. Okay, that's how they physically attack you. They have to entice you with the bullshit fear first. Okay, so like I said, the TV is a huge transmitter of electromagnetic waves that move in a either a vertical or a horizontal motion. It's usually a horizontal motion. Okay, same thing with these radio waves. What are radio waves? Radio waves are a type of electromagnetic radiation, okay, that are pushed in a horizontal motion. So inside of our radios or TVs, this is what the electromagnetic ray is going to look like. This is what the electromagnetic ray is going to look like, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? This fuel source is going to be technically a food source for spirits and and demonic entities, because that the spirits and the demonic entities are nothing but electromagnetic energy. They're nothing but light orbs, spherical light orbs of electromagnetic energy. And these electromagnetic rays coming from the radios and the TVs are they're not going to do anything but fuel the demon spirit. Okay? The TV in the house, the plasma TV, the radio, it's going to be nothing but a fuel source for the demonic entity that is haunting the house. Okay? That's why when you see all these movies like Paranormal Activity, okay, Poltergeist, and The Ring, okay, the TVs and the radios are a huge source for communication and for energy, okay, for these demonic spirits. Okay, so these are things that keep the demonic spirits thriving and powerful in this dimension. Okay, remember, they say you have to change the channel. And when sorcerers and witches do seances, when they perform seances, they say they're channeling in spirits, because the objects that they're holding in their hands are a big source of electromagnetic energy. Okay? Our TVs are no different. Our radios are no different as well, ladies and gentlemen. And when we talk about these new plasma / HD TVs that are coming out, you can multiply that electromagnetic energy times 5 to 10. Okay? Huge amounts of electromagnetic energy being produced. And also these TVs are basically what's blocking souls from reaching the real electromagnetic fields. You see, these plasma TVs, these HD TVs are they are artificial forms of portals, of electromagnetic portals. Okay, the real source of electromagnetic portals to push souls in and out of this earth, okay, those are the triangle points on this planet. Okay, one in India, one in Madagascar, one in the Libyan desert, Bermuda Triangle, one right outside of Brazil, the other one, okay, in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of South America, the other one is near Hawaii, the other one is north of New Zealand, and then the Dragon's Triangle is right south of Japan. Okay? All of these triangles are electromagnetic energy grids. They are vortexes. They are electromagnetic vortexes that create portals for electromagnetic energy to come into this third dimension or to leave this third dimension. So these are the largest areas around the world where spirits come in and out of this world. Okay? And while this is happening, our government and our major corporations across this world are creating false, I don't want to say false, but just artificial forms of electromagnetic energy. So when a person dies and their spirit leaves their body, they're naturally going to be seeking these vortexes, these vortex fields. And on their way to seek the vortex field, they're going to get caught up in a artificial electromagnetic wave, an artificial electromagnetic vortex, which is the television system. Okay? Which is the television system, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why on most haunting shows or documentaries where houses have been haunted, they'll tell you in the story or in the documentary that the television was a main source for the demonic entity or the spirit to stay thriving, to stay empowered. Okay? It was the electromagnetic energy being produced by the TV which kept the demon spirit all powerful. Okay? Also, when souls die, we naturally seek that vortex field. Okay? Our aura, our electromagnetic energy automatically seeks that vortex field. And when it picks up on this vortex field coming out of the TV or the radio, our spirit gets fooled. Our spirit gets fooled, and worst case scenario, it gets trapped in that television. Okay? So that's how in the movie Poltergeist, the little girl was able to communicate with her mother by that TV, through the goddamn TV. Okay? It was also, they were also able to use the TV to pull the spirits back into this physical dimension. Okay? Using certain healing crystals, certain stones, certain objects that produce its own field of electromagnetic energy. So I just showed you these major electromagnetic vortexes across the planet. Okay? So if we were to look at one of these vortex fields through a certain spectrum, this is what the vortex fields will look like. Okay? Basically fields that send spirits, which are electromagnetic energy, up or down. Okay? It would send them to a lower realm or a higher realm. Okay? A Bermuda's triangle, a dragon's triangle, all these triangles, which are energy grids across the planet, they are vortexes. They are electromagnetic vortexes that are used to send spirits in and out of this dimension. And they are nothing but electromagnetic tornadoes. Let me repeat. These energy grids across the planet, these triangle areas across the planet, are forms of electromagnetic vortexes that are used to send spirits in and out of this dimension. And they are nothing but electromagnetic tornadoes. They're electromagnetic tornadoes. What happened in the movie Poltergeist? Okay? And basically in the beginning of the movie, the house got hit with a tornado, but there was no, the other houses didn't get hit with the tornado, ladies and gentlemen. That's because they got hit with an electromagnetic energy grid. They got hit with a vortex, a spiritual vortex, okay? Which was a gateway to send spirits in and out of this goddamn dimension, okay? The little girl got taken in the spiritual vortex field, and you saw the parents try to take the girl back, but the vortex was too strong, and, you know, it basically crossed her over whole to the fourth dimension, to the middle ground. That's how the girl was still able to communicate with her mother through the television, okay? Because that electromagnetic vortex field came from the damn TV, okay? And it was feeding the spiritual essence of the spirits in that whole area of the neighborhood, because their house was built on that big ass cemetery, okay? With all of those spirits that weren't put to rest, they were living and literally feeding off of the electromagnetic energy coming from the TV, people. Coming from the TV. Okay? The television and the radio are some of the greatest sources to keep spirits alive and dwelling in this dimension, to keep demonic spirits alive and dwelling in this dimension. And also the televisions are blockages. They're blockages for souls that are trying to get to the real, you see, to the real stargates, to the real electromagnetic portals, which are known as vortexes. The technology that we have, like HD TVs and radios, okay, they can be used as blockages for souls, you know, from crossing over to the other dimension, okay? These are artificial vortexes. They're artificial electromagnetic vortexes. This, what I showed you right here, are natural. This is a natural grid line of electromagnetic vortexes that are used to get spirits in and out of this world. Okay? Our HD TVs, plasma TVs, all of that, those are artificial, and those help keep spirits alive and dwelling in the fourth dimension, and they also help demonic spirits do that, and they also help block spirits getting to the real stargates, the real vortexes. That's why our government is pumping up plasma TV, plasma TV, plasma TV, HD TV, HD TV every goddamn year. Every goddamn 6 months. It's a new plasma TV. It's a new HD TV. It's all for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. All for a reason. Okay? So, like I said, if we were to look at one of these vortexes that I showed you on this map, these portals that are used to get souls in and out of this dimension. Remember, our souls are nothing but electromagnetic energy. If we were to look at this through a electromagnetic spectrum, this is what the Bermuda Triangles would look like. Looking at it from the outside. Okay? This is what the Dragon's Triangle would look like. Okay? They are electromagnetic tornadoes. They're electromagnetic tornadoes. A field of electric energy hits a field of magnetic energy, and they're both going in the opposite direction. They hit each other, then you get an electromagnetic vortex field, which is the same goddamn thing as a tornado. Tornado is when a wave of hot air hits a wave of cold air. Okay? And then you get the tornado, which is moving air in a moving vortex motion. Okay? So when you do this with electromagnetic energy, you tap into different dimensions. You tap into either higher realms or lower realms. Okay? That's really all I had to say on this topic as far as the Poltergeist movie. Okay, it was done by the Zionist Jew boy, the Zionist Jew. Okay, Steven Spielberg. Okay, these guys are billionaires, and they basically stole archives from our ancient ancestors, tombs, and they harness the information and they put it out in the movie because our ancestors had the truth. So they tell us what's in the movie is false fiction, fairy tale fantasy, when it's really reality, you see? Then they have us buy into their bullshit propaganda and their other bullshit narratives. You see what I'm saying? Their Hollywood illusion. Hollywood really means the holly tree, which is a goddamn illusion. So they send us the illusion with the media, okay, what the media promotes on the television, but with these movies, they put the truth in the movies, ladies and gentlemen, okay, while they have us believe the fairy tale fantasy illusion, okay, they basically flip-flopped and reversed our consciousness. What most people in this world think is fairy tale fantasy is actually reality, and what they think is reality is nothing but a goddamn fairy tale fantasy. Plain and simple. And now that I'm talking about that, I want everyone to know the people who were born, the generation born in between 1983 and 1995. Okay, Pluto and Scorpio generation. It is our duty to carry this information out to the masses and to change the world. Okay, we are going to be the ones who are going to survive a post-apocalyptic world. We are going to be the generation that is going to be responsible for rebuilding civilization after the apocalypse. Okay? It's going to be us, 83 to 95. And I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds far-fetched, but ladies and gentlemen, that is what we are going to be geared for. That is what our spirits came back into this world for at this time period, from 83 to 95, the Pluto and Scorpio generation. Go look up this article, people. You see the name of it? Go look it up. go read it for yourselves, okay? And come to your own conclusion. Okay, this is what I got from it. The last time Pluto was in Scorpio was during the Revolutionary War in the 1700s, okay? This time, the revolution is going to be between the truthers and the New World Order. The truthers, the truther community, and the New World Order government, which can be seen as the Empire in the Star Wars movies. So it's basically the Rebel Alliance versus the Empire, which is really the truthers versus the New World Order program on this earth. Okay? So our generation from 83 to 95 were put back here to fight against the New World Order system, which is destroying this earth that we live on. This is what we were put back here for. Like I said, and if you think it's bullshit, you can read this article yourself. You can read this article yourself. Okay, it's right here. It's right here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's the things that we experienced in our lives, tragic situations we experienced in our lives to make us stronger souls. The government tried their hardest to dumb us down and get us hooked on bullshit activity like drugs and to abuse sexual energy and to believe everything we see on the TV and to get involved in idol worship. They pushed that on our generation more than any other generation in history because they know who the hell we are, ladies and gentlemen, okay? We are the most psychic generation that this world has seen in about, I say, 400 to 500 years. Okay, they know who we are. We are the true indigo starseeds, the Pluto and Scorpio generation from 1983 to 1995, and we were put back here to overthrow these goddamn Khazar parasites out of power, exposing their society, which is just a goddamn illusion. The paper money system, only a goddamn illusion. Plain and simple. Wise up so you rise up. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG movement and Atlantean movement. Like, subscribe, share this video. It's the chosen one.